Podcast 99 Internet Radio Network. You can reach us at podcast99.org or me directly at jpoliticsblog.com. And today I'm going to be talking about Twitter and their overreach, specifically in the way they handle political Twitter handles. Many of you know that I'm not exactly a fan of the far left or the far right ideologies. I tend to sit in a center point of view and try to look at both sides. Now, yes, a lot of my channel is taking the piss or mocking the left. However, at the same time, I think it is that they deserve that, especially when they do things like this. Yesterday, April 26th, UKIP announced, and several other people have brought to my attention, that Carl Benjamin's UKIP campaign Twitter handle has been suspended. No reason given yet that I'm aware of. I will amend that if I need to. But the issue is if they're suspending the account, why? What's the reason? For those of you that don't know who Carl Benjamin is, he is the YouTube persona Sargon of Akkad. Also has the channel The Thinkery. Now, the thing is, he's very much like me, anti-political correctness, anti-social justice, and is for equal opportunity, not equal outcome. And we have Twitter meddling in the UK elections, specifically the UK MEP, or member of European Parliament elections, which Carl is running for in the southwest area. For all that the left complains about Russia this, Russia that, with meddling with our election for the president, what gives us the right to meddle in our ally, the United Kingdom's elections, by denying a representative a way to communicate with the masses? So much communication is done via Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, etc., that denying one the access to use those, especially when they are running for political office, allows for basically Twitter or any of these companies to just say, "Yeah, we don't want to support you. You're gone." And then unchecked on their platform is the ridicule and mockery of those that disagree with you. So here we have me doing a Twitter search for Carl Benjamin, because I was looking for his UKIP page. And you can see here, Tim Pool, and there's 20 new results. One of those may be from Twitter itself. I'll check it out in a bit. But as you can see, you got people talking about Twitter has suspended the election campaign accounts of Stephen Yaxley Lennon, also known as Tommy Robinson, and Carl Benjamin, known as Sargon of Akkad, both of whom have been banned, who are trying to loophole the platform. Mark DiStefano, sorry, I'm not trying to butcher your name. I don't think it's that they were trying to loophole the platform. The account, at least as far as Carl's is concerned, and that's the one I'm focusing on, is that it was run by members of UKIP, not Carl himself. So if that's the case, then why delete the account? Why get rid of it? And thinking about that, I'm just like, well, let me search. Maybe Twitter's come back and said has changed it. And you can see various other people are like, oh, look at this. You know, he's been kicked out. Oh, there it is. This is the one I'm looking for, though. UKIP, official UKIP MEP campaign account at Carl UKIP of Carl Benjamin has no access and has been suspended from. Has no access to has gone, which wow, of which Carl Benjamin has no access to, has been suspended from Twitter. And I agree, this is election interference and at Twitter support. They also have one to at Jack as well. But if I click on his Carl UKIP, you can see that it says account suspended. Well, account suspended, and learn why. Go to the terms of service. Here's the user's agreement, the Twitter rules, explaining more developer stuff, things like that. Your account, your license to use the service, ending it, and this is all effective May 25th of 2018. So a little over a year ago. The Twitter rules. We believe that everyone should have the power to create and share ideas and information instantly without barriers. It should say, however, in order to protect the experience and safety of people who use Twitter, there are some limitations on the types of content and behavior that we allow. These limitations are set forth in the Twitter rules below. And this, for the most part, I don't have much of an issue with their rules. I don't think that necessarily graphic violence or adult content should be banned. But there are ways to limit age restrict things. Yes, people can get around it easy. But that is ultimately up to the parents, not to Twitter, not to the content provider, i.e., the user of the Twitter handle. Parents need to be responsible for their children and their actions on the internet, not society as a whole. So they're talking first about intellectual property, graphic violence, unlawful use. That goes without saying. Nothing illegal. Now, the terms of service and the rules are linked together, and the terms of service page that I went to was actually the outside, if you live in the EU or otherwise outside the US. I think it'll show it here at the top. Yeah. So, anyways, distribution of hacked material. So WikiLeaks shouldn't have their account. Trends, third-party video content, misuse of Twitter badges, misuse of usernames, abusive behavior, physical abuse is easy to see, mental abuse not so much. However, with the way people throw around the word abuse these days, it's so hard to verify whether abuse really happened, because abuse at that point becomes, instead of objective, it becomes subjective. So, violence or physical harm, yeah, you can't threaten to do violence, physical harm, self-harm, should be child exploitation, but I guess, because kids do like to be on camera, it's not really exploitation. Abuse or hateful conduct, again. I don't necessarily think this word should be in here. Intimidating somebody or to silence them, that's one thing that could be considered abuse. Okay. And hateful conduct. But private information. This is where I think they're getting it, but I don't necessarily agree with that thought. Is the impersonation of somebody? Because, and why I think that is that why I think that they're going with that line of reasoning is that they must be thinking that the UKIP people are trying to change Carl's message, Carl's brand, his own brand, to be more party lined. I don't think that's the case. So, but I could be right that it is. That's the reason. I could also be very much wrong. Fake accounts. I don't think that this. I mean, I guess it could also fall under this, but I don't think that's the issue. You can verify your account with them to prevent that from happening, but it is what it is. It's just I don't know. I just honestly, I think that it's a issue of Twitter not understanding what they have done, how they are affecting someone's life and ability. Oh, here we go. Here's the first UKIP one that I was looking at before, where they said, "Jack, why is your company interfering?" To which I agree. I'm just going to wait for the 20 notifications to pop up here while I talk. I just, I'm really baffled by why Twitter would, for lack of a better phrase, interfere with an election. You know, there are people still harping about Russia did this, Russia did that, and yet the information provided to us as well as to Congress shows that it was very minimal in its effectiveness. You know, but at the same time, they're willing to carry on with that narrative, and yet, and call it election tampering, electoral interference, etc. But yeah, when they do it, it's not. I mean, come on now, Twitter. I would hope that you have better integrity than that. You know, I haven't finished my Jack Dorsey on the Joe Rogan podcast with the Vijaya and Tim Pool. I'm since I've built the new computer, I've had to re-download the actual video. But at the same time, I'm just like, what the heck, you know? So, what is it that you think that Twitter's doing here? Why do you think Twitter would do something like this? Do you think it's because Carl had his account suspended before, and that it's no longer a do you think that they're suspending it because, oh, he's already got a suspended account and he's trying to commit a loophole and infringe upon our terms of service? Do you think it's because they think the account's an impersonation and that they're trying to alter his political image or his branding? Or do you think it's considered a fake account in general? I don't know. I'm probably going to send out a tweet or contact via the normal back channels. I know they won't speak specifically about specific services. However, it does seem a little odd that they would attack two quote unquote right wing or quote unquote alt right, as they would call them, people from being able to communicate with their constituents. You know, that, and just so you can see here, it has not switched over yet. I remember it popped up with like 20 new changes. Let's see if I refresh it, it will work. But, you know, Twitter, come on now. You have to understand why this looks bad on you. And if you're going to own it, that's fine. I mean, it is a private company based here in the United States. But everybody on the left is all about optics, and the optics on this do not look good in the average person's eye. So, with that, I'm going to sign off here. Hopefully, you have a great weekend. Hopefully, you enjoyed the NFL draft if you're a football fan. Baseball's in full swing. We got hockey and basketball playoffs starting soon. So, enjoy your sports. If not, if you don't like sports, you know, hopefully a good book or movie's coming out that you want to do, new video games, etc. Enjoy your time. Hopefully, I can get into a more routine pattern. So you can follow us on podcast99.org. Have a great day.